So your being born again depends on your decision and is not a passive decision, it's an active decision. I, for instance, have been a Christian for 30 years. I was born in a Christian home. I was baptized 3 months after I was born, but it took me 30 years before I made up my mind that it is not a one-off thing. Like at some point you are serious with God, and after some time, I said, no. I've had pouches of kind of having relationship with God, and I enjoyed those times so much. But then the things of the world took me away. But then in 2020, like I said, I made that decision. And I remembered exactly where I made that decision. I've said this so many times. I was looking at a very prominent man's billboard at 50. I was to clock 30 by December. It was December, so it was December that year, that 2020. I was to clock 30. So I said to myself, if I make up my mind to walk with God seriously from now onwards, it means that by the time I'm 50, I must have walked with God for 20 years. I said, I want to find out what that looks like. And that was it. That was it. Though before then, I've already started listening to messages that really edify me and begin to change me from the inside. But you know, when you finally make that commitment, that's a very big thing. And for me, that's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. I have been transformed so much. As in, I'm so, when I look at myself in 2020 and look at myself in 2025, they are two different people. In fact, the woman in 2020 is dead. It's a new person. And I don't want to resurrect her by any chance. I don't miss her. I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. And I prefer this one any day, anytime. In fact, my only regret is, why didn't I make this decision a very long time ago? So I urge you to make that decision. Don't just take these things of God thing, these people that are always talking about God. Don't worry. When you make that decision, you understand why we are crazy. When you are in love with someone, you will talk about that person morning, you talk about that person afternoon, you talk about that person evening. And imagine if you are in love with someone who loves you crazy, like their love for you is unimaginable. You know, pressing into God, one thing about pressing into God is that when He reveals one aspect to you, you will think, that's all there is. You will be shocked. Next year, you will see a different dimension. The upper year, you are seeing a different dimension. Then you suddenly realize that the deeper you go, the sweeter it becomes. Okay, the harder the trials too. But guess what? It draws you closer. You become more dependent on God. You begin to enjoy the relationship. I'm talking from experience. Like, this thing I'm saying is better experienced. I'm telling you. When you experience it, when you experience this love, there's this kind of love that sometimes you just remember that love and you're like this. You remember how far He has taken you. You remember from where He has speak to you. What I'm talking about is, I feel very emotional because I know how my life was in 2020. I was I was on the brink of giving up. But when God came in, He changed everything. He changed my story. He began to clean me up. I was in a very dark place, very dark. But I made the best decision of my life. You know, people used to think that you have to clean up to go to God. On the contrary, on the contrary, you go to God for God to clean you up. You don't need to be clean to go. But you have to be willing to let him clean you. Don't have to be stubborn. Don't have to hold on to things. Just obey instruction. The best way to press into the deep. I'm feeling very emotional because I think of where I was in 2020 and I see myself now. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Like, it's only tears that can express how I feel. God healed me of so much. As in, He healed me mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. This woman you are seeing here, I don't know why I just can't. This woman you are seeing here is someone that has been helped so much. I've received so much help from God. Everything about me, anybody that knew me in 2020, like knew me personally in 2020, and probably have not seen me until now, we know that there is a big difference between the person you met then and me right now. The confidence you are seeing now, it can't be taken. It's not something that a human being gave me. It's not something that I receive by people's accolade or people's appreciation or people's how they think about me. I honestly don't care. Like, I'm not trying not to care. I really don't care. Because there is one person that was there for me when nobody was there, when nobody could even understand me, when no matter how you explain, nobody gets it. It's hard for people to get you. It's almost impossible to explain how you feel. But there is one person that understands you. There is one person that can reach deep down to where you are. There is one person that does not condemn you. There is one person that does not judge you. Even though he has the right to judge you because he's the only one that is clean. He reached down to where I was and he picked me. And I'm telling you for free, when you make that choice, he will pick you. So asking you to press into the divine is not just about telling you what to do and what not to do. The first step is making that decision. And the second is open up. Come with your pains and let him heal you. He's capable. If he healed me, I was mentally, I was losing it. I was losing it. That's whenever I think of what God did for me, tears. Whenever I begin to appreciate God for what he did, tears. Because there is no one that can help me except God. So I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are right now. But I can tell you for free, if God did it for me, he will do it for you. And during this fast is the perfect time for you to come to him for healing. He loves you. God loves us in a way that you can't even begin to imagine. God loves you senseless. God loves you like he cares about even the most silly things. I ask God for bone straight. Like, and like who does that? Bone straight, hair. And he orchestrated everything to get me bone straight. Just to make me happy. I'm just saying this because sometimes you feel like you have to keep some things to yourself and ask God for some other thing. No. Let God be God in your life. He's your friend, he's your father. Maybe you've not had a father that has represented fatherly love. But just try this one. You will be glad. He's a pampering daddy. He's a daddy that corrects because he does not want you to end up in hell. And it's out of love. But trust me, it's not the way we human beings correct you. God will convict you in such a way that you will not feel shame. You will not feel angry. You will be sad that you hurt the one that loves you. Because it breaks God's heart to see you perish. That's why he will correct you and tell you, my daughter, no, don't do that. Come out from there. You will understand that this is out of love and not out of condemnation. God never condemns you. Never. God will never condemn you. You are the one that condemn yourself by what you choose. So if you choose to press into him, you will understand. You will see a different dimension. You will know God for yourself. Maybe you have been given a picture of a God that is holding a rod waiting to hit you. That's so far from the truth. Get to know him. You will be shocked. I engage you today. Get to know him. And you'll be happy you did. Now, let's pray.